In honor of Black History Month, KYW salutes champions in sports, champions in community service. While the African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," is new to some, our champions in community service are quite familiar with it. Each of them has made it their mission to educate and influence our most valuable resource, our children, our future. Phyllis Meekins, the only African-American LPGA teaching professional in the Philadelphia area, believes that knowledge withheld is useless. In addition to the PGM Golf Clinic, she has provided golf instruction to the Special Olympics and local high schools.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
In 1973, Phyllis Meekins used her own funds to establish the PGM Golf Clinic. Her goal was to offer minority youth the opportunity to learn a sport they probably would not be exposed to, and to help them become responsible adults through the mastery of the great game of golf.
Golf is life itself.
Phyllis Meekins, a champion in golf, a champion in our community.
Ted Blunt knows that his accomplishments would not have been possible without the love and support of his community. As a result, he feels that it is not just his responsibility, but his obligation to give back.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
Wilmington City Councilman Ted Blunt's roots date back to Simon Grass High School, where his basketball skills earned him a place in the school's Hall of Fame. But it was his commitment to community service that placed him in the National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame. He established Delaware's first in-school latchkey program and the Delaware Youth Athletic Association.
Each of us can make a difference by doing something differently.
Ted Blunt, a champion in basketball, a champion in our community.
Frank Washington's goal is to provide as many opportunities for youth as possible. He says that if he could live his life over again, he'd be a professional student.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
Philadelphia native Frank Washington played with the world-renowned Harlem Globetrotters from 1946 to 1959. Since 1983, his commitment to young people has been the driving force behind the success of an annual golf tournament named in his honor to raise money for college scholarships for minority students.
I just would like to see kids get as much out of life as they can.
Frank Washington, champion in our community.
Sonny Hill's name is synonymous with basketball in Philadelphia. For more than 30 years, he has coached and mentored thousands. He even let me play in the Baker League. Many have gone on to play professional basketball, except me.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
William Randolph Sonny Hill, a former player, coach, and owner in the Eastern Basketball League, brought his love for the sport back to his community. In 1968, he formed the Sonny Hill Community Involvement League in an effort to steer young people away from drugs and violence and toward education and accomplishments.
It's about reaching young people.
Sonny Hill, a champion in basketball, a champion in our community. Bill White's belief is simple. If you want kids to continue to achieve, you have to give back.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
Former National League President Bill White's baseball career began with the New York Giants in 1956. During his career, he also played with the 1964 world champion St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Mr. White's commitment to sports and young people has made him an inspiration to many.
If I can do that, heck, anybody can do it, if they work hard enough.
Bill White, a champion in baseball, a champion in our community.
Over the years, Earl the Pearl Monroe has lent his talent and expertise in a variety of efforts to benefit youngsters in his area. Most recently, he has championed the cause of organ donor awareness in the African American community.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
Recently named one of the NBA's 50 greatest, basketball legend Earl the Pearl Monroe is still remembered as one of the best that ever played at Bartram High School. In 1980, he established the Earl Monroe Academy. Combining basketball and academics, he taught inner-city youth about alternatives to pro basketball and sports-related careers. Earl Monroe, a champion in our community.
When Dawn Staley steps on the basketball court, everyone notices. One of the ABL's most outstanding and celebrated players, Dawn believes in setting goals and expectations high. Her commitment to her sport is equally matched by her commitment to her community.
KYW salutes champions in community service.
Olympic gold medalist Dawn Staley has helped to redefine the game of women's basketball. Currently a member of the ABL's Richmond Rage, the University of Virginia graduate honed her skills on the playgrounds of North Philadelphia and Dobbins High School. She recently established the Dawn Staley Foundation to provide after-school and recreational programs for children in her native North Philadelphia community. Dawn Staley, a champion in basketball, a champion in our community.
Phyllis Meekins, Ted Blunt, Frank Washington, Sonny Hill, Bill White, Earl Monroe, and Dawn Staley. As we celebrate their accomplishments during Black History Month, let them serve as role models, as sources of inspiration for all of us to make a difference.